Hello everybody, Swandzz here today to make a video. Today is Halloween. Actually, when you're watching this, it's no longer Halloween. I know, bummer. But I hope you guys had a really good holiday. And today, I wanted to share my getting ready for Halloween with you. So, oh my god, something so special, you guys. I made my own Halloween costume this year. I have never actually sat down and sewed myself a costume. I've sewed myself maybe 3 things since I started learning how to sew, because I've mostly been using sewing for other types of projects. I used to sew like doll clothes a lot, and then like I sewed my dog a Halloween costume last year. So I was really excited to attempt this, and now honestly I don't think I'm ever gonna go back to the traditional route of buying Halloween costumes online or in a store. And I don't mean to flex on you guys because I think you can do this too. Honestly, my sewing skills are super fucking subpar. They could be better if I applied myself, but alas, I don't. So there's a lot of mistakes that I make during the sewing process that just don't need to be made, but I rush through it and I just want to get it done. Also, I started sewing this costume only a few days before Halloween, so a few days before today, and I needed to get it done. So basically what I'm going to do is show the costume to you guys, tell you about it. I'll have some clips thrown up here to show you the process of me making it as I'm talking about it. And then I'm going to do my face makeup, and I'm gonna get my whole costume on, and I'm gonna do a reveal for you guys, and I'm just really excited. So as you guys know, this year I'm going to be a jack-o'-lantern. I did a jack-o'-lantern makeup tutorial that you guys can watch. However, I'm going to do my makeup a little bit different this time. I think I want to do it a little spookier. So I'm going to throw in a time lapse of me actually doing the makeup so you guys will be able to see what I end up doing. But with that being said, I went through the fabric that I had in my fucking closet. I have these containers full of fabric that I just shove in there because I'm a nightmare, but I went through it and tried to find the fabric that would be the most Halloween-y that I could use to make myself a costume. So this costume consists of 3 pieces, one of which, spoiler, I didn't make, which is this tutu that I've had for a couple years. It was a tutu that I bought for Halloween, and why make a tutu when I have a perfectly good, sparkly, beautiful, spooky tutu? So no, I didn't make the tutu. However, I will let you guys know, tutus are incredibly easy to make. I have made small ones before, never big ones. Then I also sewed myself a collar. This was also extremely easy to make. As you can see some of the cardboard poking out. I didn't do a fantastic job. It looks better on this side. Basically, this is just cardboard stuffed inside of a little pocket that I cut and sewed to be the shape of a collar. Oh, I hit myself in the face. That goes. Excuse me. Excuse me. Stop making me look stupid. Oh no, I'm undressing myself. Collar. Stop! Oh my god, you guys, it really isn't this difficult. Okay. Anyways, it goes like this, and then you have a cool collar, which does kind of look like something you would expect to see on a vampire, but I'm a spooky jack-o'-lantern. It's different. The last part is the dress. Woo, you guys! Oh my god. All of the imperfections aside, I am so happy with how this turned out. So there's a couple different parts. So basically, when I sew, I don't use patterns. Like I said, there's things I could do to be better at sewing that I just don't do because I just don't give a shit. Because it's for me and I don't care. So I didn't use a pattern, I just used the knowledge I have about sewing. I know how to sew a shirt and I know how to sew a skirt. So I sewed one of each and sewed them together. Wow, I'm saying sewed quite a lot, aren't I? I have some footage of just the skirt when it was done and just the top when they were done before I attached them to each other. Now, when I attached them to each other, that's when I ran into some issues because The shirt was bigger than the skirt, so I had to try and like fit them together, and that caused some bunching issues in the back here, which you can see when I have it on. I'm sure you'll be able to notice a little bit. But overall, what I did was I used a refined baseball t-shirt pattern, because those sleeves are really easy to sew because they're actually like straight, they're cut on straight lines, straight angles I should say. And then I just did a rectangle skirt that I gathered about 50%. So I'll throw up an image of the materials, like the pattern, before I like sew them together, just what the pieces looked like. And the sleeves are two different parts. The bell opening here is a separate piece to the top part of the sleeve. And then the skirt, like I said, is literally just a rectangle that was, how big was it? I think I had two different panels, and they were each panel was 40 inches, and I gathered them down to 20 inches each and then sewed them together so they'd be a total of 40 inches so that I could run elastic through it and it would go over my hips. Or over my head if I needed it to. So the skirt will cinch up to the size of my waist, but it will stretch to the size of my hips in case I need to, you know, pull it off down or pull it up over my shoulders, you know. Because I'm not all about that zippers, buttons, snap, closures situation. If I can pull it on, I want to pull it on. And then the collar, as you can see, I made just a nice wide scoopy collar made out of the same material as the bottom. And these bows I also handmade. They are not traditional bows where they're like literally actually tied. They're 4 separate pieces. So I took a piece of ribbon, folded it, made this loopy situation, made another one, attached them with a piece of ribbon in the middle, and then I added the tails on the bottom, because that's the only way to get a really beautiful, perfect, like, how did that bow get so perfect? Because it's fake! And then I also did one on the back here, and then I went around the waistline and added some little red bows, which were just hand tied. I thought they gave a cute little flair. For the shirt, as you can see, there is a front panel, which I wanted to give that like corset vibe. You know how most Halloween costumes are corset-y in some way. I wasn't gonna sit here, I was not about to sit here and sew a corset. They're pretty freaking complicated, but I thought I could give the illusion of one if I sewed a panel up the front and then, you know, I added some lace. So that was really simple. And like I said, you guys, I'm really not that great at sewing. If I can do this, you can definitely do it. Now, I don't make a lot of tutorials on this channel, but if you guys want to see sewing tutorials, I can definitely help. I know I'm sitting here telling you that I'm not good at sewing, but I know how to sew. I know the directions in which you're supposed to sew, the type of stitches you're supposed to sew, the settings on the sewing machine you're supposed to use. It's just, I don't follow all the steps completely because I personally don't care if the article of clothing comes out at a professional level of quality or if it is ever usable again. Because this is a Halloween costume that I just sewed for Halloween. I could run this through the washer and I'm sure it would be fine, except for the bows might get fucked up, and that's about it. So if you want to know how to sew a baseball t-shirt or a pair of shorts or a skirt, I know how to sew all those things, and I know the patterns, and I can definitely help. So let me know if you do want to see, if you want to learn about sewing it all, and I can help you guys, okay? At least I can help you with the basics, and then you'll soon surpass me. So the last thing I did was cut the hem of the skirt in a nice, like, you know, spooky, witchy, Halloween-y pattern. And I used pinking shears so that it won't fray too bad, but I actually think it would be cool if it frayed because, you know, Halloween. And then I actually pinned it up here on the sides with a safety pin, only because I think it's cute when a little bit of the tutu peeks out underneath, which you guys will see when I'm all Halloweenified. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do my makeup and get ready to go out. right after Halloween, I wanted to pop in really quick to finish out the video. Just let you guys know that I had a ton of fun. It's probably the best Halloween that I have had in a while. I took my younger brother trick-or-treating, and even though I wasn't going with the intention to trick-or-treat, people gave me candy because they thought I was a teenager. And I just didn't correct them. Is that wrong? I don't know, but I had a lot of fun because I haven't been trick-or-treating in like 10 years. 4 years from 30, still getting free peanut butter cups. Whew. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of my Halloween look in the comments below. After having worn the costume out for the night, I will say that I had a great time. I was comfortable, the costume held up, and I'm proud of how I did on sewing it. Let me know in the comments below, what were you for Halloween? Did you have fun? Do you still trick-or-treat? Now I'm going to take a moment to thank my patrons. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. With the end of October comes the end of Inktober, meaning I'm no longer sharing my tarot card designs on Instagram, and if you want to continue seeing them, you're gonna have to pledge to me on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. That also gets you thanked at the end of my videos, and you see all of my videos early. Now I'm going to verbally thank my Diamond tier patrons. Thank you so much, Lindsay, Sarah, and Bruno. I will see you guys all later. I love you. Bye. Okay, and click all of my little buttons. You click my subscribe circle or the video or playlist that is listed below. You will also find a link down there to my Patreon.